Hey there guys, welcome to this week's free YouTube guitar lesson. This week we're going to be learning a minor pentatonic scale lick that you saw me play a couple of times just now over the backing track. So before we get started, I'll play the lick for you again nice and slow so that you can figure out the fingering and the notes themselves. One more time. So there's the lick, and that was in the key of D minor pentatonic. And it comes directly from the Pentatonic Scales Modernised Part 2 guitar lesson package that's going live on the bondtuition.co.uk shop later on this week. Part 1 came out last month, and that dealt with visualisation of pentatonic scales all around the guitar neck. In Part 2 we're looking at a different subject of usage. So we're going to be looking at how to use the pentatonic scales in different musical styles. And we're also going to be looking at different chord types and how the pentatonic scales apply to the different types of chords. The lesson that we're going to cover in the lesson is how to create really sophisticated sounding outside lines using familiar pentatonic scales. So lots of fun stuff going on there. Check it out when it comes out later on this week. But let's get back to the material then for this week's free guitar lesson. You might have noticed that when I played it over the backing track, I played it in D to begin with, in D minor pentatonic, but I also played it in a couple of other keys. So in this case, I played it in D minor pentatonic, A minor pentatonic, and also E minor pentatonic. So this brings up an interesting little concept to do with minor pentatonic scales and the major scale. The major scale and all of its modes, of course, as well. And the concept being that in any major scale, you can play 3 different minor pentatonic scales. So in this example, we're playing in D Dorian. The backing track is in D Dorian, which comes from the major scale of C major. So in the key of C major, you can play D minor pentatonic, E minor pentatonic, and also A minor pentatonic. To give you another quick example, if we were in the key of G major, or maybe A Dorian, one of its modes, or C Lydian, another one of the modes of G major, you could then play the A minor pentatonic, the B minor pentatonic, and the E minor pentatonic scale. So this in itself is worth experimenting with. We cover this in some more detail in part 2 of the Pentatonic Scales Modernised pack. So head over to bondtuition.co.uk, go to the free guitar lessons section, and you'll find the tab for this lick in case you didn't catch it from the video. And you'll also find the D Dorian backing track that I was playing over. So once you got it down, you can play it over the backing track as well. Have fun and do some happy jamming. See you next week.